My phone got fucking stolen on the street.
This is the craziest trip in my life. A couple months ago, I ventured out to a whole new continent all by myself to join my friend, who's currently studying in Santiago, on a trip of our lifetime. But little did I know, this trip would go wrong in so many ways possible.
Buenas noches, señorita. In this tutorial...
I'm in La Paz, Bolivia! This is the trip that I've been planning for a while. It just feels a little bit surreal that it's actually happening right now. Every time I speak for more than a sentence at once, I'm starting to have difficulty breathing. La Paz is situated on an elevation of 1,200 feet, so I am pretty high up. Moreover, this morning when I woke up, I had the worst headache of all times. Luckily, I brought some Advil, so I'm feeling a little bit better, but I still feel it, so I do need to find some high altitude medicine to make myself feel better. My flight here was so bad. I flew from Seattle, and because Bolivia is so underrated, there's not that many flights to here. My commute here was a 24-hour flight, which was absolutely crazy to me. And on top of that, I arrived at 3 a.m. Honestly, Bolivia, based on my experience so far, is pretty safe in itself. That being said, I really do need to get my high altitude medicine, and I also need to publish a YouTube video. It has to be done in the next 2 hours. For the first 2 days, it's just gonna be me in La Paz while my friend Karina and her friend Marty attempts to summit a snow mountain. Afterwards, us girls are going on a 4-day trip to the Amazon rainforest, though we haven't booked it yet. I tried my best not to bring work to a holiday, but I really gotta publish this video before my trip can actually begin. I finally finished editing and it's already 12:30. I'm feeling a little bit sleepy and tired, but then again, I was literally on 2 red eyes in a row, so I can't blame myself for feeling sleepy. So I'm just trying to take it naturally, and even though I do feel like FOMO because I feel like there's a lot of things that I want to do, ultimately I have to take it slow today. But right now, I still do want to get my lashes done. I only see one lash studio in La Paz, so I'm gonna go check that out to see if I can maybe just do it right away. I'm actually feeling a lot better. I got my lashes done again. This is actually so affordable. So I spent $193 Bolivianos, which is approximately $25 for this. All of a sudden, it started raining like crazy. I walked home in the rain. Honestly, I'm a little bit worried for my friend. My friend is going on a trekking trip and she's climbing Do you hear that? Yeah, she's climbing one of the snow mountains right now, which I'm a little bit worried for her. Actually. Call me a workaholic, but as it kept raining outside, I decided to film my next YouTube video before the rain dies down, especially since I won't be able to get a chance to film anymore once we embark on the Amazon trip. 5:40 now and I finally finished drafting my outline. I expect the filming to take another hour, so it still might set by the time I finish filming. Fuck my life.
Later.
I finally finished filming the video. It took me so long. It's already 6:40, so I guess it took me 3 hours, but as you can see, it's already dark outside. I wanted to go to the witches market, but I don't know if it's still a good idea or not, because I think a lot of the things close at 8. But then I realized that today would be my last chance to book a tour to the Amazon rainforest, so I had to drag my ass over to the witches market. Familiar? It's from Morocco. I was pretty tired today already, so I literally just went to the first travel agency that offers an Amazon rainforest tour and secured a spot for us. And then I went to Café del Mundo for an acai bowl for dinner. Overall, I'd say today is a pretty productive day. I just finished eating dinner. I could be just taking the taxi home just like the way I did over here, but I decided to do it the long way. I've been wanting to try out the cable car transit system here in Bolivia. I think La Paz might be the only city with a system like this, and it's public transit, so it actually turns out to be cheaper than a taxi, so come with me. made it. I hopped on one just by myself. But I might be on the wrong direction. Oh my gosh, this is so pretty. Look at this. It might look a little bit off because these glasses are a little bit dirty, but I think the skyline for La Paz is like actually crazy. I actually didn't decide on La Paz until like very last minute, but earlier this year when I was making my vision board, I need a breather. I can't do high altitude. I was actually fantasizing going to Chongqing so bad. It's like a 3D city with like a bunch of different layers to it. And earlier when I was on the cable car, the car actually literally drove through a building's balcony like this close. At that moment, I was like, damn, even though I'm like literally at the other side of the globe right now, it's such a vision board moment. And the city is so beautiful, but I really don't think any of the pictures really do it justice because you really gotta be on the cable car to see the entire view to understand what I'm talking about. When the cable car went uphill, the view was so amazing. But then at the same time, I realized the houses get more and more run down the higher up we go, which is the opposite of how things go in the United States. Usually rich people live like at the top of the mountain. After I came home, I kind of like asked ChatGPT about it. Fuck, I lost some lashes. And that's when I realized that things are opposite in Bolivia because it is so high up in altitude. By the time you go up to the top of the mountain, it's so high up that there's significantly less oxygen than this downtown area. And also because you're so high up, the weather is more unpredictable. So that is why the structure of La Paz is a little bit different from everywhere else. From a traveler's perspective, this is actually so cool because I've never seen anything like this in my life before. On my second day in Bolivia, I'm going on a one-day trip that I booked via Get Your Guide beforehand. This is the only trip that I booked in advance because the price is just too inflated online. Today's day trip is to Copacabana next to the Lake Titicaca on the Bolivia-Peru border.
I don't know what it means, but there's a smile upon your face, and I see something shimmering in your eyes. And they say if you wanna glimpse the future, you need space. And you said you'll put down your morning guns. Would you?
Initially, I was a little bit bummed that it was very cloudy, but as soon as we reached Isla del Sol, the indigenous sun island, it literally became sunny again.
Beside me in a world of thunder, fear is an imposter. When you look at me this way, I find it hard to not give in.
I got some ice cream. Cheers! Yeah, I was really scared and concerned last night because I was having difficulty sleeping. The Airbnb is a little bit cold. I don't know how to turn on the heater, and I was scared if I'm gonna get a fever. That turned into like a whole anxiety spiral. I was like, oh my gosh, what if I get a fever when I was in the rainforest? Even though I had to wake up at 5:30, literally any single time the bus started moving, I fell asleep. I think that finally brought my sleep up to 8 hours. I've been on these like solo tour trips before when I went to the Swiss-German border when I was in Switzerland, and it was like terrible because I feel like the guy only chats with people her age level. I don't really have anyone to help me take pictures, and also I don't really speak German, so I also felt very lost a lot of the time. That's why I came into this tour with like very low expectations, but to my surprise there's like a couple other female solo travelers. I buddied up with a German girl and we had lunch together, and there's another Colombian girl who can find like the best photo spots wherever she asked me to take a picture of her. I also got a copy of the picture. So it's actually really nice. And the tour guide also makes an effort to talk to you, especially during the hike when I was like at the end of the group. He was actually making conversation with me. It just makes me feel like very welcomed. I'd say I'm pretty happy about this trip. I guess speaking Spanish also helped a lot because when we were on Isla del Sol, I bumped into a Chinese couple who was really struggling to communicate with the local guides. I saw they were using translation software and then the guides looked puzzled by whatever it translated to. So I offered a helping hand. I was like, I can help you guys translate, which at the point, I have to admit, I wasn't fully sure if I was able to fully translate everything because my Spanish is pretty shit. But I'm pretty surprised that I actually was able to translate for them and they got their questions answered. And that made me feel really good. Before coming to Bolivia, I asked some of my friends who's been here before, what do they feel about it? They say your eyes are in heaven, but then your body is in hell. And I feel that too.
When you look at me this way, I find it hard to not give in.
Heading out at 6 a.m. and arriving back at 10 p.m., this was a long day. On the bus back, the Amazon travel agency texted me saying that there might be a blockade and the trip might get cancelled. But exhausted and still not hearing back from my friend, I decided to ignore it for now.
Later.
I'm currently at this one tourist destination called Valle de la Luna, which means Valley of the Moon, and it's honestly a super last minute decision because there has been a pretty big change of plans. Yesterday when I was on the tour, I got this message from the travel agency that we booked with that there has been a protest and lockdown on the main road and the only way to Runabac, which is the gateway to the Amazon rainforest. And even if we somehow are able to get in, they might block the road again, and that means we will be stuck in Runabac. So for safety reasons, we decided that we're just gonna cancel Amazon and instead we're going to the city called Copacabana where they have like a national park called Toro, and it actually seems really fun, but we haven't made any decisions. The only decision we made is that we're gonna stay at an Airbnb and extend our stay at La Paz by another day. That way we can decide where to go tomorrow. Because of that, I decided to come to Valle de la Luna because it is on my bucket list. But enough rambling, let's get started on the hike.
Espérate, quédate. Buen mire.
Una conmigo, espérate.
Eso.
Gracias, muchas gracias.
And then from the high camp at 1 a.m. we attacked the summit. This looks like this is cheese.
Looks better in the camera. Oh, I love bread pudding.
She got a roll from the waiter.
It was supposed to be a girls trip from now on, but because of the unexpected cancellation of our Amazon tour, we went from a duo to a trio. After dinner, I went to the La Paz bus terminal with my friend to buy an overnight bus ticket to the city of Copacabana. We were the only Asian people at the entire terminal. Heck, there weren't even any tourists at all, so it felt a bit scary but also deeply immersive.
3, 내꺼.
But the real scary part is, after going back to the Airbnb, we realized that we're locked out.
We're locked out. Our friend is dead asleep.
And I caught him 6 times.
Oh.
What happened next was very bizarre. Our neighbor next door decided to randomly open their front door as smoke came out of their kitchen. Their dog dashed out of the apartment and went sniffing and barking all around us. And desperate, we had to ask them for help. And they were actually incredibly hospitable. After hearing our situation, she literally picked up her broom and rushed to her window to poke at our friend's window in an attempt to wake him up. And thank God he finally did. But then late at night, spooky stuff happened again. Someone was banging on our front door so hard, even though we're super nervous, we still decided to open the door. And turns out, our neighbors just sent us an enchilada. They're so good. How's it? Un empanada de carne y un de pollo horneado. Para llevar. Today is our final day in La Paz. Tonight we're going to be taking a bus to Copacabana, and from there we have nothing planned yet, so we'll figure it out. Today started out unexpectedly chill. Since Bolivia is so cheap, we went to the Irpava area for a 5-course fine dining experience for only about $30 per person. While my friend is fully acclimated to the South American diet, the Asian part of me was craving for Japanese ramen somehow. Especially because everywhere else we're going from now on is rural, I rushed to get a to-go at a ramen restaurant before we hop on the overnight bus to Copacabana. Wait a minute, this ramen actually looks really decent. Wait, this is really good. I do think this would be even above average ramen in the States. When I was packing earlier, I realized that I lost my DJI microphone, which I bought for $300 and used it for less than half a year. So I was curling on the cold and hard bus seat, super uncomfortable, feeling very down and very sad. We arrived at Cochabamba at 5 a.m. Instantly, the air just feels different. Unlike La Paz, which has always felt safe, the first thought when I reached the city was that I can't wait to get out of it. Our plan was to take another bus to Toro Toro this evening and stay the night there, so we just need a place to store our luggages. We went to a random hostel and they happily let us store our luggages for the day. But before then, we decided to give the city the benefit of the doubt. So we explored the city for a little bit. Honestly, it felt very different from La Paz because it's a lot warmer and has more of the Spanish colonial feeling to it. Since I was still a little bit sad about the loss of my microphone and suffering from the lack of sleep, I decided to split up with my friends and go back to the hostel early. And that's when it happened. My phone got fucking stolen on the street.
Oh no, actually?
Yeah, I was literally texting you, so it's not locked. But I wanted to let you know because now I need to call Karina and figure out what to do. I don't even know how I got back here.
So someone just like grabbed you and like grabbed the phone off your hand and run?
Yep, motorcycle.
That's
Bro,
not
I survived
interesting.
Paris and Barcelona. So how did it happen? I was walking on a main street while texting my boyfriend, and as soon as I started crossing an intersection, a motorcycle came snatching my phone and continued driving on. My head went blank for a second, and then realizing what has happened, I started chasing after the motorcycle, screaming because my livelihood literally depends on it. Eventually, I stopped chasing when I realized that I couldn't keep up, but then I started to panic. I was completely alone in a foreign country whose language that I don't really speak. I don't remember my friends' numbers, and heck, I don't even know how to get to the hostel without my phone. Hearing my scream, 2 guys dressed in suits and soaked in cologne came approach me and asked if I was okay. Using my choppy Spanish, I briefly described the situation that I was in, and they tried their best to help me, but we all know that there's nothing much that they could do. I don't remember my friend's numbers, and I couldn't even log into my stupid Instagram account to call my friend because of the stupid 2-factor authentication. Then they wished me good luck and was about to leave, so I panicked and begged them to please drive me to the hostel. Luckily, I still remember the name of it. Low-key at one point, I was contemplating the possibility of them working with the robbers just to get me on their car and kidnap me, and luckily that wasn't the case. place. So they dropped me off at the hostel. I was knocking the door like crazy. And then someone who's living at the hostel finally came and opened the door. So I told him everything that happened. I was so pissed to find out that this literally happened to another girl at this hostel a week before, at the same intersection. But luckily, I had my laptop stowed away in the hostel, so I pulled it out and called Kevin. I also logged into WhatsApp on my account to find my friends' numbers so that this kind gentleman could actually call my friend and tell them what happened.
Who want to get some information out of them, basically. So I have to prove to them that I'm a good leftist, basically, that I don't.
So, you've heard the news. My phone got stolen. So sad. I'm on my computer right now. I guess I'll go tomorrow because today is Labor Day, so literally all of the stores are closed. I'm debating between getting like a really cheap iPhone 12 and then buying like a local SIM card.
What's wrong with it?
Over a week. The cheap throwaway phone I can probably get for $50, but it would be extra money I spend for no reason because I don't intend to keep it.
So, sorry man, we're running full.
Okay.
Yeah, good with man, but I'm telling you, we're running full. There's nothing I can do, man. I'm running full, we're overbooked. Okay?
Alright.
So I barely work with booking. That's the problem, alright?
Okay, I'll find something else then.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what. Right now, Copacabana is full.
After getting kicked out of the hostel, we booked another Airbnb to stay for the night before heading to Toro Toro on the next day. Honestly, the stay has been awfully a lot, and I haven't slept in the bed for about 48 hours. But just as I thought that I could finally lay in my bed and take a fat nap to recover from all sorts of catastrophes that happened today, this was only the start to another series of unfortunate events.